Hi everybody, this is Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I've got my phone today because I'm really excited to share this call today with Hope, who has been using plasma energy, and she's going to give us some of her insights about her experiences with the plasma energy and what it has done for her, and also what she's done with it, because I always encourage you to share with family and friends. And so I'll remind you that our website is plasmaenergysolution.com, and thanks for being with us. And Hope, I'd like to introduce you now and just let you tell us a little bit about your experience with plasma energy solution products.
Thank you so much. I love these. Oh my gosh, I have the station plus probably another 12 or 14 of the individual plasma energy. And I really got it initially because I really understand frequencies. I love frequencies. I've worked with homeopathy, which is frequencies, different energy machines, PEMFs, etc. And our bodies are frequencies, so they really benefit from the frequencies in the plasma water. And I love my station. I mean, that's all my family drinks, and that's all my dogs drink. And we've stayed really healthy. I just recently got I did get the EMF water, New Tech Solution.
The New Tech Frequency Relief. Okay, good.
And because I'm so sensitive to those frequencies. And so I always have my little meter. And in the bedroom, I was still getting a high reading. So I took my EMF, or New Tech Frequency Relief, took two cups and put it in the second cycle, the second rinse cycle, let it sit for 2 or 3 hours for my sheets, my pillowcases, etc., and then dried them and put them back on the bed, and my meter hardly went off at all.
Okay, and so when you say, Hope, when you say the EMF meter, do you want to kind of flesh out what that exactly means in case people don't know what it stands for?
Yeah, it's just a meter, that looks at the electrical fields, the RF fields, all the different fields that create the huge problems. And it's been known that, we need to keep our bedrooms as clear at night as possible, because that's when our bodies heal. And if we're being bombarded with any kind of EMF, Wi-Fi, etc., God forbid 5G frequencies, we need to be protected or it's going to play havoc with our bodies. So
okay.
That has, it's made a huge difference. And it wasn't just what I felt, it was what it's what the meter also showed. So I am such a big fan of that. I call it EMF, but it's called
New Tech Frequency Relief.
New Tech Frequency Relief. So, yeah, and I give it to my dogs. I spray it on the walls around my room as well. And, and I've been able to feel a huge difference with it. And then I always I ordered like 144 vials from Amazon. So I make different vials and send them to friends and family. After, I get mine, let it sit for 24 hours, and then make one. And I have a very dear friend that, oh my gosh, has parasites and he's just stomach problems, et cetera, and he's been sick for quite a while. So I sent him one, and he really didn't grasp what it was about, but he did it. And then he calls me after after he let it sit for 24 hours, and then he started drinking it. And he said, "Oh my gosh, that stuff is so powerful." And of course, he drank a half a gallon. So it was really, affecting the parasites, the gut, whatever. And then he called me back the next day, and he said, every time I drink that water now, I get so much more energy, because he had been depleted of energy. And so, so this, it's so powerful. And this new viral winter wellness, oh my gosh, I encourage everyone to get it, because we all carry so many viruses in our body. And, but we really need to, be prepared for if there's really an outbreak of a viral pandemic or whatever. We need to be prepared, which means drinking the water, spraying the water, whatever. And I have felt a huge difference just by drinking that water. And I also have the Lyme one, and because I got bitten by a Lyme tick. And so it was primarily in my lungs. So I of course drink the water, but then I made took my paper towels, like Lynn has taught us, and soaked them and dried them, and now I just wear them in my bra front and back, and I felt a huge difference. Plus, I always spray a little of the viral on as well, and my huge difference in my lungs, huge difference in my, cough, etc. So, I just encourage everybody to get what you need. I encourage everyone to get Winter Wellness and NuTech Frequency Relief. And God forbid, if you do have Lyme, try that one. And don't just drink it. Make yourself patches, wash your clothes in it, your sheets, whatever. Because that plasmic field does not, it remains longer probably than we'll be here.
Well, and one of the things that we tell people is you can put, for instance, the NuTech Frequency Relief. Right now I'm showing on camera the Winter Wellness spray bottle I have, and you can take that and spray it like on the bedroom walls, and especially if you have a shared wall with somebody else on the other side of the wall that might be using a lot of electronics, or you have an outside wall that may be close to a lot of the relay stations for some of the frequencies that are being used now with the 4G, 5G, whatever. So that's just another idea of things to do with your once you have set up your jar of your whatever water, whether it's Plasma Energy Station or Winter Wellness or whatever. And I really like the fact that you've made the patches and you're just wearing them. I gave patches out to some people a couple years ago, and a woman kept giving her set of patches to other people. Well, she didn't see me for a while, and she kind of didn't remember because it had been several months since I'd given her a pair. And she saw me walk across the room, and it was summertime, and she saw the patches on my leg. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to finally find you." And I need to get some more patches from you, which was really funny. So at that point, I said, "Listen, here's what you need to do with your patches. You set them up on your water station, and then don't give your set away. Make a set for the people that you're giving patches to, and then you'll have some on hand for yourself." So you always want to keep what I call your mother source, right?
Right.
So,
right. But, I mean, I even wash my dogs, the covering for their beds, everything in it. And it makes a huge difference even for the animals.
yeah, that's good to hear.
But no, I mean, I treasure these. I would never give away mine. But you don't need to give away the mother source.
No, you always keep it and give away. I love it that you've ordered the vials and you're just able to pass those on to family and friends.
Right.
That's great. And for people that don't have access to the vials, please, just anything's going to work that you use. So if you want to make the patches, and this is what we're talking about. I'll hold up a pair of patches now, and I usually take the full size, looks like this. These are some that I need to put together. And then you fold them so that you end up with 2 pieces, and you're going to cut one of the pieces so you have 3/4 in one of your bags and 1/4 in the other. And that way you have the greater can give to the smaller. And one of the questions I've had, people have said, well, okay, you do the greater and the smaller so everything balances in between with the patches, but what happens if you have all these vials? Where's the greater and where's the smaller? Well, in the case where we're using multiple vials for the Plasma Energy Station, and I'll hold up a couple of these because I'm holding the phone too. You get 4 of this size in the winter, marked 1, 2, 3, 4, with all 16 energies in them, and you put those around your bottle. Once you've done your container, then you can fill any size vial and give it to other people. Size does not matter. We could do a whole Plasma Energy Station in this smaller vial that I'm sending out with the individual formulas. And I hope that's what I sent you with the winter wellness.
Right.
And so I think sometimes people get hung up on the fact that we change over to the BPA-free plastic vials in the winter because of the freezing and breaking issues. But Hope, would you say that there was any effect on the energies because they weren't in glass vials?
Oh, of course not. I mean, energy is energy. And regardless of whether it's in glass or plastic.
Thank you. Yes. And one of the other things I tell people about energies, because Paul started with rings filled with plasma water to wear around his arthritic knee. And he couldn't wear those rings at nighttime because they were uncomfortable to sleep with. So he ended up putting the same water on Band-Aids. And here's what he did. There were 2 Band-Aids this size that he put on the front of his knee, and there was 1 Band-Aid that he put on the back of his knee. That was the greater giving to the smaller. He could wear them 24/7. So there's just so many ways you can use the plasma energy, and don't get hung up if you can't get, oh, I can't get those vials, or oh, I can't get that, or whatever. Right now we're talking about masks. And so have you gotten any masks, Hope, that you've applied any plasma energy to?
I've gotten masks. I have not opened them to apply energy to yet, but a friend of mine had to go for work to the Philippines, and I sent her a little spray bottle of the plasma energy, also the Winter Wellness, and I sent her 6, masks, and told her to spray it, the mask, let them dry, and then wear them. And so I feel really confident. Plus, with my spray bottle, I can even spray in my eyes, because they say the eyes could be,
The eyes could be a source of entry for viruses. And
right.
One of the things I've told people to do is, if you were to take just a small vial or even your spray bottle, you could take, well, I had someone here the other day who was dealing with the sniffles, okay? And I said, here. And we put a little bit of the Winter Wellness in just a tiny container. I gave him some Q-tips, and I said, now just put some of this water in your nostrils. You don't have to jam it up real high, just gently. And then take more of the Q-tips and get them wet, and just put them in your outer ear, not down in the ear canal, because that sets up a plasma field, and you're working to stop the viruses. And by that same token, you could just spray like this. Okay, now I have some on my nose, and now I have some in my outer ear. And there you go. It can be so easy. And just because it sounds simple, it sounds easy, it's still effective. If you
100%, and I just encourage everyone that you always drink it with intention, because we know how important intention is, and we're putting that out, and our body recognizes that with the water, and it makes such a difference with the intention.
Absolutely. And for those of you who may have found that masks are on back order or unavailable, I encourage you, just get some scarves or some bandanas and treat them. And if you're going to be out in public, have some gloves. These are inspector gloves. You don't, you can use any, you can use your winter gloves and just spray them. And when you get home, if you want to launder things, go ahead, but the energy fields will still stay in there. So, well, Hope, I thank you so much for being on here and sharing your experiences with us. And is there anything else you'd like to say before we kind of wrap up our call?
I do. I just encourage everyone to get some of these. They are so valuable. They've changed my life, my family's life, my dogs. They're healthy, and I just really encourage everyone to use them, send them to friends and family after you have yours made, and enjoy the benefits.
And encourage your friends.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Hope. And encourage your family and friends to do the same thing. That's why we called it Never-Ending Plasma Energy, because it's not going to diminish in strength when your family or friends make vials or patches for someone else. So, Hope, I thank you so much for sharing with us today and sharing your experience and your knowledge. I really, really appreciate that.
Of course. Thank you, and blessings to you
All
and
right.
the audience.
All right. Well,
Thank
thanks
you.
so much, and take
Okay,
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I will. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. Well, I'm pretty close to wrapping this up. I do want to remind you that this month, if you're ordering the winter support kit, among the free vials that you can receive with that, you can get the Never-Ending Winter Wellness, the newest thing that we've come up with. And also, if you're ordering the Plasma Energy Station, you're going to get it in the vials. Or if you're outside of the country, the pairs of the patches. But for the rest of February 2020, you can also get a free winter wellness vial with the order of a Plasma Energy Station, as well as, if you already have an energy station, if you decide to order the winter support kit. So there's one more thing I'll share with you real quickly. This is a magnet blooper. Okay, it's not really a blooper, it was an experiment. And I'm going to show it to you. Someone had suggested I might want to try and put, this is lapis, I might want to try to put them inside, in the bottom of the mold before I pour everything. Well, you can see the magnet, but you can barely see the lapis. And so I thought, well, I don't know that people are going to like those for pendants because you really can't see that they're the magnet pendants. So I have several here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a drawing at the end of February among those people who have ordered, and those who I have 2, 4, 6, 8, okay, 9 magnets. And so 9 people will get one of Lynn's, I guess I'll call this a pocket lapis magnet. How would that be? And I'm just going to show you one other use for a magnet. This was Paul's watch band, and I had somebody take a key ring that had his name on it instead of having a watch on it for a bracelet. But it was a little large for me, so I put a magnet under it, which is really great because now the bigger watch bracelet doesn't slip around. So you can find all kinds of uses for things. But what a big use for the magnet is sometimes in the repetition of making the patches and tearing the tape and folding the bags, I'll get an achy arm. And so I figure, well, I've got this magnet on there, shungite magnet with the lapis, to just help the energy levels on that arm a little bit. So I want to thank you. We've kind of gone a long time, but I really wanted you to hear what Hope had to say and share with you, especially with the environment that we're in, that there's just a lot of questions about, the pneumonia viruses, other cold viruses, things like that. So we just want to give you a tool, another tool in your plasma pantry with the winter wellness. And you can order it individually on the website also. So thank you very much for joining today. Give me a thumbs up if you've liked this video. Please share it with friends if you would, and if you'd like to. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll tell you now, thanks again. Be sure and visit our website at plasmaenergysolution.com. Thanks again.